Hello. Yes. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. So, give me 1 second. Okay. Oh, what about now? Hello. Hello. Okay. Awesome. Okie dokie. So, I guess we can start now. I'm so sorry for the delay, but we're good now. Today, guys, we're gonna be meeting the Solalgo team, which is a pretty experienced team, a good idea. Actually, one of the first, you can see this is a crypto bank, which will use a unique algorithm made by them. Two of the core team members made them. And basically, SLGO plan is the whole business is the first intelligent digital investment bank. Over three business will be into this whole explanation about what SLGO is. Of course, you got a token, but we gotta go into this. But first of all, how are you guys? Who's with me today? I guess Derek and who else?
Hello, it's Derek here.
How are you, Derek? Nice to
I'm
meet you.
good, thanks. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm fine. Pretty sleepy, but I'm fine. Yeah.
Your mic is a bit choppy. I don't know what I sound like, but your mic is a bit choppy.
Is it better now?
Oh, a lot better now. Yeah, super.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. So, yeah, I just wanted to, go deep into who are you, what is your background, how many team members do you have?
Sorry, could you repeat the question again, please? Sorry about that.
Sure. So basically, I wanted to go deep into who are you, also their background, how many team members are you into the whole Solalgo group?
Okay, Barry's meant to be on this call as well. Has he logged on? Do you know? Or is it just me?
Okay, you said Barry?
This is Derek here. Barry's meant to be on this call as well. I'll handle all the business side and Barry will handle all the crypto sides. That's why I'm asking.
Okay, no worries. I mean, both sides, both crypto and the real life job that you have right now currently.
Yeah, that's exactly. Basically the business is split into two separate areas of expertise. I handle all the businesses. I handle the purchasing, acquisition, qualification for acquisition, and the development of the conglomerate as a traditional business. Barry handles the crypto side, so he's going to be the one you're going to have to ask the crypto questions to get an exact and precise answer. But I can answer pretty much everything else about the business.
Awesome, thank you. So, well, I was exactly, reading the white paper, of course, to get prepared for this awesome maybe, and I saw this weird word that I don't even know what it is. I'm not a crypto, bro like you are. Maybe most of the ones that are in the day may would like to know more about this. So basically, what is the intelligent digital investment bank? How does it work?
Okay, right. Well, there's two of us involved. There's myself and Barry Martin, right? The idea came to me. Basically, my background is I have 30 years experience on the London Stock Exchange, starting off as a tip sheet writer, becoming a trader, becoming an analyst and a trader, and then becoming a promoter of companies onto the London Stock Exchange and the New York Stock Exchange. So that's my background. I've been doing this a long time. My background in crypto is very sketchy, really. I looked at crypto in 2011 didn't like it, stayed clear of it. In 2019-20, during lockdown, I looked at it more, I suppose I took a much deeper approach to it. And I began to be amazed by the conceptual values of crypto. And then I was staggered by the conceptual values of crypto and what it could achieve if it stabilized itself and adopted a very serious approach to becoming the financial transaction vehicle of the future. So I have a massive admiration for blockchain technology and I have a massive admiration for cryptocurrency. But my background is very traditional. I build businesses, I build conglomerates. I take them to stock markets, I raise funding on them, and I issue and distribute shareholdings on them. So that's my background. When I came up with the idea, I basically came up with a traditional idea. When I looked at the market itself, right, didn't impress me that much for its lack of tangible value. In other words, the reality of assets. Does it own a piece of land? Does it own a property? Does it own a communications company? Does it own a distribution network? Does it own this, that? And a lot of them failed that test. So I thought, why don't we just build something that is basically underlined with crypto, underlined with traditional assets and valued and basically bankrolled by crypto. So therefore, the crypto coin itself has a fundamental value in assets, the same way as fiat tends to have a fundamental value in gold, right? So I put together a sketchy plan and I spoke to Barry, my partner in this, my co-founder and partner in this. And he's the crypto guy. He's been dealing in crypto since 2012. And basically he said, yes, it's possible to do it. So that's the genesis of Solalgo. What we did then was we looked very carefully at how to meet the demands of the new age market. In other words, speed. One of the problems we have in the stock market in the past was identifying and then making decisions based on information for the acquisition of assets. This can take a long time because analysts are pretty slow. So Barry suggested that we develop an algorithm that does the work of analysts. And it took us the best part of a year and a half to develop that algorithm. The algorithm is called SLGO S101. And it was developed as initially a search and rank tool, right? And then it became a deep search and rank tool. And then it became a positive progressive tool that could generate not just information, but it could disseminate that information into worthy values and areas of sector to allow expertise on a human scale to evaluate the information that the algorithm had provided us with. This has allowed my team then to make a decision on acquisition based on the results of the algorithm and based on the recommendation of the algorithm as to the likely success rate of the business against cost of acquisition, development costs, and working capital and ongoing costs with regard to the company or the business. Does that answer the question?
Pretty good, to be honest. I mean, it was completely, pretty complete answer. Actually, I was going to ask a little bit about the algorithm that you created, the copyright. But first of all, I wanted to ask something. I've been reading your white paper, and I read your, the word London. Are we able to get Londons with you?
Sorry, I'm really sorry to put your mic is very crackly and it's difficult to get the full question. I beg your pardon.
Okay, can you hear me now? Hello?
I can hear you now, yeah, but for the last question, it was like static all the time.
Okay, are we able to get Londons with you, just like an investor, not necessarily a business?
You started off clear as day, and then as soon as you asked the question, the static came in. I'm really sorry about this, but I can't hear the question.
Okay, give me 1 second to try to solve this.
Okay.
Wait.
What about now? Are you able to hear me better?
That's clear as day now. That's brilliant now, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was my headphones. Okay, so I was asking, and I was reading your white paper. Are we able to get Londons with you? Not necessarily like a business, but like an investor.
An ambassador. I don't know what you mean by that. What do you mean by that?
Wait, sorry?
I don't know what you mean by an ambassador. What's an ambassador in relation to this? May I
No,
stay?
no, not ambassador. Like if I want to get landings, like money that became from you and that I have to pay back to you in a period of time, can I do that? Like landings when being an ambassador myself?
Ah, I see what you mean. Well, basically, the way the company works is this, right? We buy assets. We've already bought 6 projects. We own 6 projects. I'll very quickly name the projects that we've owned. They've all been developed through, approaches were
Holy,
made to us to be,
yeah, go
sorry?
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Approaches were made to SLGO. We ran a test on when we were building the algorithm. We ran a test, right? And we invited via a fairly underwhelming campaign looking for people who wanted projects to either be developed, sold, or assisted with. We got 970 replies, through which not everyone, but quite a substantial number were put through the algorithm to see what the results would be. It ended up with us choosing 3 businesses out of the 970 that we were approached with. These 3 businesses reached the criteria as set down by our algorithm. The first business that we bought and developed was a marijuana medical and recreational production and distribution business, growth, production and distribution business. The second business we bought was a holistic and organic healthcare and health product business for dogs and cats, right? A distribution business that culminated in the sale of high quality items that are organic and holistic for cats and dogs. The third business we bought was an online payment platform that was called Modus Pay. And basically that has all of the elements, with one exception, was a money license. And we are currently negotiating to buy a money license to allow us to roll this out as a standard pay and go online virtual payment solution. We then bought a thing called the Green Exchange, which is a solar panel business that basically defines solar paneling. We have to actually develop the solar panel farms, and then we sell the electricity generated by the solar panels to the major supplier in Spain, which is Endesa. Endesa then agencies us for us on a market. We have direct contact on the market with a number of users, particularly in the crypto space, to sell the electricity to. The next business after that was a cobalt mining business in the Republic of Congo. Right, cobalt, in case you're unaware, is one of the main constituents in every battery made. You cannot use or make a battery that works without cobalt. We have currently we're at the closing end of a negotiation to own the mining license in the Republic of Congo, which we will agency to extractors and distributors. We've already had the deal closed with the extractors and the distributors. The last business is an online gaming business, which is a consultancy and management business. It's one area where Barry is particularly expert, right? And we are basically putting that together as we speak, and that should be ready for launch sometime around July this year. We own all the rights to it. The one thing I would say about Solalgo is it owns in its entirety 100% of every business we buy. We do not invest in businesses, we buy them. Then we invest in them from our own resources. To date, we haven't used any cryptocurrency in the purchase, the acquisition, or the investment, or the development of any of the businesses. That comes after the next stage, after we launch. Right? But prior to that, we are bringing to the market a substantial company with substantial assets that is looking to create a virtual bank that will allow us to finance and fund all the assets we buy. Our intention is to buy 30 assets. All profits from all of the companies that we own will be used to go back into the market, purchase the Solalgo coin on issue with a 70% per day reduction rate. Once we've purchased up to 70%, or once we purchase in the market, we will burn all coin purchased. The burn rate is 70%, leaving us 30%. At the end of the stage where we've burned 70% of the issued coin, we will take all of the project to a major stock market, either in London or New York. And with that, we will offer all coin holders the 30% left, or the 300 million left, either a straight buyout at market rate or a swap per share. So if the shares are evaluated at 250 and the coin is trading at $5, we will offer them 2 shares for 1 coin, or whatever the par rate is. So that, in a nutshell, is what we do.
Holy, I really loved that explanation. Basically, you even went to the tokenomics a little bit. I loved it. So my question now is, I heard that some of your core team members is living in Spain. I'm Latina, so I speak Spanish. So if a big business, for example, like Mercado Libre, which you mentioned in your white paper, wants to get into maybe vendor partner, do they need to make any kind of security process with you, like KYC or a docs thing, even though they're not into crypto? Do they need to, show their faces and stuff if they want to be your partner?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I come from a background of what we would call transparency on the London Stock Exchange. Now, transparency doesn't necessarily mean that it's publicized worldwide. Transparency means that our company is satisfied that any people that we're working with, right, have been, in our view, KYC to a level that satisfies us on a legal, logistical, and international level, right? Also, right, we're all of the companies that we buy and develop, they are all registered incorporated businesses. So therefore, they're under a legal obligation to report quarterly, right, to wherever the jurisdictional government is that they are situated in. For argument's sake, the marijuana company is in Spain. So it's an SL company that will report in the normal way to the Spanish company house. The Vetcura product, which is the Vetcura company, which is the health goods product for the cats and dogs, the veterinary health goods product, that's registered in the UK. So it's a limited company. It will report to the UK. And in between all that, we would be issuing news on all of these companies. Every company is incorporated and registered. So when we are working with somebody like a distributor or a potential investor, we have to know who they are, right? We have to know who they are. If they choose that they don't want anybody else to know who they are, as long as we're satisfied that everything is above board and correct, right, then yes, there is no problem.
Awesome. So yeah, if I have a business, I would sell it to you, to be honest. So talking about security and loss now, you mentioned that you created a pretty unique algorithm. You already explained the benefits that you get, maybe not by being an investor, but having a business itself partnered with you. So if someone tries to copy and paste that algorithm into another project, would there be any kind of problems with that business? Because, when it comes to crypto, people are used to copy and paste projects and just add some tools that maybe makes it different. But this is the first time when working as a mod and AMA host that I hear about a whole business that created its own algorithm. So yeah, what about if I try to copy and paste that? What about the copyright then?
Okay, well, let me start with the start, right? I've been an analyst on the stock exchange in London for a long time, either as a consultant to major banks or major stock market or stock brokers, or a consultant to solicitors, or a consultant to accountants or hedge fund managers. That's what I did, right? One of those jobs that I had was to review, say they wanted to buy something. I would be given the name and the various background details of this business or company or project that they wanted to buy. I would then get my team to research every element, not just of the business and the company, but of the sector that it was working in. So let's take, for argument's sake, again, let's use the marijuana sector. If I had been handed that in the traditional manner, we would have looked at every area of the marijuana business, the market, legalities, logistics, costs, budgetary demands. So when you do that in the stock market, you have a team of, say, 20 people working on it. And that can take anywhere between a month and 2 months for us to get a result. And once we have the result, right, we then have to break it down into various different sectors, analyze each sector, and then come up with a conclusion as to whether to buy or not. So what we did was we built an algorithm to do the work of these 20 people and reduce the time scale that it was going to take. Right, now it starts off fairly simple, right, because simply right at the start, we used a white label search and rank tool to see what it could and couldn't do and whether it could be bestoked to what we wanted to do. After a while, it became apparent that we would have to write the whole thing ourselves. Now, we're not reinventing the wheel in every area. A lot of the stuff that we used was already tried and trusted, but we wanted to take it to the next level. We wanted the deepest possible research, and then we wanted particular questions we wanted asked answered by the algorithm. So what happens is somebody comes in with an idea. It's in a particular sector and it's in a particular business. We look at this idea, we look at every aspect of it historically and currently. We look at everywhere it's practiced. Now, the algorithm does all of this, but instead of taking a month to do it, it does it in about 40 minutes from start to finish. It then provides us with a lot of paperwork report, right? And we look at that report and we say, okay, here's the logistics, we give it to our logistics expert. Here's the financial, we give it to our financial. Here's the legal, we give it to our legal expert. So I have a team, I run the team that looks at this first level of return. Once we have all of the answers back from the various people that I need to give me answers, which takes about 3 days, given the understanding of information that they got from the algorithm, right? What happens then, right, is then we ask the algorithm to create a scenario that if we were to purchase this, how would we run it, what would we need, and where would it be placed in the market, and what elements of success could be attached to it. It provides us then with a 3-year business plan, a very comprehensive business plan with 3-year projections that include costs and include returns. It analyzes the market, it analyzes the distribution values, it analyzes the way in which the market can be variable, and it takes all of those variances into consideration, including the legal variances. So with this, we then know at the end of it whether it's got an 85% chance of succeeding or not, against what it's going to cost us to buy and what it will return. That's what the algorithm does.
Thank you so much. Okay. Are you able to hear me? Hello?
Yeah, clean as a day.
Okay.
Your voice is like
Perfect.
a bell in the night. It's lovely.
Yeah, I had so much issues today with my mic, but no worries, we will go ahead. So, well, I was gonna ask about the Solalgo Group itself. I mean, the business that are with you, partner with you, and the ones you bought. But you gave a really good explanation about it, you know, the marijuana thing, the panel, the solar panels. Also, I heard that there's a part of gambling in the crypto world. It's pretty good. A lot of people love it. Not even in crypto, I mean, even in real life. But now I was reading. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
So myself and Barry, back in the year 2000, started the first live and online poker site. So we had the biggest poker room in the world in London, which was a real place. You could go and play poker there, and attached to it was a site. And we developed this in the year 2000, pretty much before anybody else developed these sorts of things. And we ran that and built that up to the year 2007 before selling it. So
Wow.
we've got a good degree of knowledge in the backgrounds to online gaming. You see, coupled with the poker site online, we also had a casino online, we had a sportsbook online. And eventually, Barry stayed with that business and I didn't. I moved away from that business. I got involved in another business in 2007. But by the time 2012 came along, Barry was accepting cryptocurrency as deposits online for the big players. So he was taking Bitcoin as deposits as opposed to just cash. Oh, Barry's with us. Hooray.
I've been here all the time, Derek. Don't worry. I have been listening to your.
Okay. Right. Before I get a crypto question, Barry. Right.
Hi, Barry.
Hi. Sorry about that. I was listening on.
How are you?
On my Mac, on my desktop, and I couldn't put a request in, but I had to switch to my phone thanks to Wolverine. So I'm now here. So yeah,
Okay, so where we're up to, Barry, is I've just explained the background.
About got shot.
I've been listening. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So yes. So I was just telling, talking about Gutshot and how we have a background in gaming. But I would say one thing that I want you to be very clear on. We own all the businesses. We do not partner in any of the businesses. We might partner in distribution. We might partner in logistics. We might partner in various other areas like the extractive industries, the cobalt mining. We might partner in that, but we own the entire company.
Okay, that's pretty good to know. So, for example, if I want to sell my business for you, that I think maybe it would help, so I'll go in some way. Could I do it? And you would be down to buy it, of course, making the whole research that you just mentioned. Hello.
Hello, I'm here.
Okay, so I was asking that if I want to not partner but sell my business to you, could I do it? Maybe if it can help Solalgo some way?
Absolutely. What would happen is you would approach me in the first instance, right? We would have a general conversation about what you were selling me, right? I would ask you to provide me with various things. Now, you can do this online on our website, right? You'd be asked a series of about 10 or 12 questions which need to be answered prior to us taking the next step. And the next step is then we would analyze it. I could say at the end of the 10 questions, no, this is not for us, right? But if I said, yes, this could be for us, then it goes into the procedure whereby it's analyzed by the algorithm, it's distributed among our experts, it comes back, and we formulate a business plan. That would allow us to say to you, okay, we'd like to buy this business. What do you want for it? Hello?
Okay, I was trying to unmute. So now, I wanted to ask you something else. It's pretty good to know that if I want to sell my business to you, I can do it with, yeah, pretty easier process as soon as I'm, reliable. So I was reading this term that I'm basically not that pro in crypto, like I said before. I'm a beginner. So what's it ADO? I mean, I asked this because of this question. There are a lot of people who are crypto beginners on this AMA, and I would like to clarify all the terms that look kind of difficult for them.
Barry, what's an ABO?
I haven't got the slide. An ABO? I don't know. I'm sorry. I haven't heard that term before.
Where is it?
Oh,
IPO. IPO.
Yeah, IDO.
Oh, IDO.
It's in the white paper.
Okay, an IPO is an initial public offering. It's when you first open a company to be listed on a stock exchange.
Okay, awesome. Give me 1 second. I sometimes get confused with English because, I speak Spanish. I'm kind of not pro in English, but I try to. So basically, it's an IDO. IDO. It's something about a DEX fund.
Yeah,
DEX offering.
We've basically profiled Solalgo from the very start of its launch in January 22, right? We've profiled Solalgo to allow it to meet the requirements of the due diligence process on the London Stock Exchange and the New York Stock Exchange. The reason we're doing that is our end game, right, is to ultimately float the conglomerate and benefit the coin holders in doing so at the highest possible value and allow them to continue to have an interest in Solalgo after they've been benefited. So that's the way we do it. An IPO, an initial public offering, is when you take a company first, take a company to the stock market and float it, if you like, right? In order to do that, you have to pass various tests that each stock market asks you to undertake. And we are profiling the company so that we'll meet all the requirements of those tests, that when we do go to float it, it will float successfully and at the highest possible value.
Ling did actually.
Awesome.
Sorry, Ling, 1 second. I know you did ask what an IDO was, D for Delta, and that is actually an initial DEX offering. So Derek in his, that's what you asked, I think. I know Derek gave you the IPO and a very nicely answered IPO answer, but very similar, but obviously with an IDO as an initial DEX offering, just to clarify that point.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, it's pretty clear. No worries, I got it now. Yeah, pretty clear. Anyways, I guess people can chat a little bit if they didn't get it. So I wanted to go now mostly in your roadmap plus the token. So basically, I already heard that you've got a token, how you planned it. So how is it called, and which is their tokenomics?
Barry, that's you.
Sorry, Ling, you wasn't very clear there. Say that again.
Okay, so basically now that we are in the roadmap and tokenomics, then I would like to know more about your token. I mean, how is it called? And also, how are the tokenomics?
How are our tokenomics? Okay.
Yeah, basically, Barry, what's the background to the tokenomics and the minting and other thing of the kind?
Okay. So initially, when we first started Solalgo, which was like 2.5 years ago, we minted the coin quite early, back in probably about a year ago now. And initially, we did it on Avalanche. Very similar tokenomics that we have now, but we took our time over this, and we decided that with some help from some outside parties that advised us that maybe we should go on the Binance Smart Chain, which we looked at very closely, and we decided to remint our coin, and that was about 2 months ago now. So now we have a billion coins minted on the Binance Smart Chain. The ticker is SLGO. The tokenomics are pretty clear if you want to take a look at them on our website, on the pitch deck, or on the white paper, all on solalgo.com. The listing price when it goes live on PancakeSwap just after pre-sale is going to be 4 cents. We are doing obviously a slightly reduced price for the pre-sale, which will be on Cookie Sale. The fine guys at Cookie Sale have really helped us get us to this point, and we're going pre-sale with those guys in a couple of weeks, and there'll be a small discount for that. Some other things on the website that we've not really covered, which purely based on the fact that we want to obviously keep driving interest and traffic, is that we've got quite a bullish staking program, which I'm not going to go into too much detail right now, but that will be coming online sometime in June. So for long-term holders of the token, there'll be some quite nice rewards. That's managed by a third-party company, fully vested, and everything will be overseen by them. So no issues there. Tokenomics-wise, like I said, it's all on the website, and they are exactly as they've been laid out on our nice graphs that we've included. So hopefully that answers your question, Ling.
Yeah, it did. Awesome. So basically, for those who haven't checked the website yet, basically this token will split in seats, in the seed sale fund, marketing, acquisition, team, advisors, pre-sale, and also the term that I asked some time ago, the private sale and liquidity pool. When it comes to the percentages, yeah, in this case, I will tell you to go check on their website. It is pinned on the Crypto Miners Twitter and also in your Telegram channel. So now I want to ask, I'm checking that there are some periods of time. Does this token have vesting for pre-salers on seed buyers, basically?
Sorry, I didn't understand any of that. Can you say that again?
Okay, does this token have any kind of vesting for pre-salers and seed sale buyers?
Yes, it does. We basically, when we first put the company together and put the business together, prior to even issuing the token or minting and issuing the token, right, we had a number of people who we have taken as seed investors in the business. We also invested in ourselves. Barry and I both invested in ourselves. All of the people who have taken an interest in investing in the business All their coin is vested for 2 years, with a cliff after that at 10% per month for 10 months.
Awesome. Thank you, Derek. Okay, so yeah, basically I was reading if this had an audit, so it does, right?
Yes, it does.
It has what?
Yes, we've been audited. That is correct.
Yeah, audit. And are you KYC'd by any chance?
We are KYC'd, fully doxed, yes.
Awesome. Really, I love that. I love that when it comes to, projects where we can know the devs' faces. It gives a lot of security.
What I would say to you, Ling, is this, right? Every potential step that we've taken, not just in the traditional markets, but also in building the crypto side of the business, has been done with authority, with due diligence, and we have met all of the criteria insisted upon by the highest level of people at all stages. We are aware that confidence in this market is essential. So third-party due diligence in the part of the smart contract being audited, in the KYC being completely done properly by an outside party against myself and Barry, it's all been done correctly. It's all been done in the right way, and it's all published on our website. I would also say that all of the people who have invested in the company, right, are really good people. They're also experts in their investment. They don't make investments without really serious due diligence and thought. Coupled with the fact, right, we have raised enough seed capital to allow this venture to operate for 2 years without raising a penny on the crypto market.
Awesome, guys, really, yeah. When it comes to, being in the investor's mind itself, they're afraid. I mean, crypto is crazy, a lot of scams out there, but it's pretty good and weird to meet a business that basically stocks, QAs it, and have an audit. So, I want to now talk about the marketing plans that you have. Do you plan to make more AMAs? Maybe in Telegram, not only Twitter. I'm a Telegram guy itself, so yeah. Tell me more about it, please.
Yeah, I can cover that one. So I think this is our 7th or 8th AMA. We are kind of building to a crescendo prior to pre-sale. I think we've got another 7 or 8 coming up with some pretty big Telegram groups. We're doing some stuff with Binance Live. We've got, I think, 8 or 9 calls with YouTubers, some very big crypto YouTubers we've invested in that are going to be doing videos on Solalgo. We've got press releases coming out. We're building up to a crescendo of pre-sale that I think will make Solalgo a pretty high profile leading up to pre-sale and after. You need to remember as well that all of this information we have about our businesses, as Derek's alluded to, we've yet to release into the market. And let me tell you why that is because the whole reason behind the Solalgo coin is to keep applying buy pressure to the token. Because if you can visualize a situation where every week on Twitter, on Telegram, on the website, there's new information about one of our businesses that have reached a certain milestone of profitability or productivity that allows us to keep showing a regular moving forward of the investments that we've made, it can only create more good news and positivity around the token. Now, everything we've done in and around the token is all about growing the price of Solalgo. And that's the reason why that I know Derek alluded to earlier on on the call, but we kind of treat it like a snowball at the top of a mountain. Okay, so we've kind of put the snowball together. It's kind of a hand-sized snowball, and as it rolls down the mountain, it gathers speed and it also gathers size. And we expect this huge ball at the end of it by the time that we reach the 70% burn, because the burn is a very important part of what we've tried to produce here, to show people that This is all about the long game, and along the way, it's going to be exceptionally positive throughout the time that we're going to be producing all of this good news and positivity. So I know a few of the listeners maybe have joined a little bit late in the call, but it's very, you've got to understand that the whole process behind Solalgo is an important one just to clarify and go over once again. Is that, yes, of course, we're gonna mint a coin. We've done that. Token goes live. We raise funds through not the selling of the token, but actually, not the us releasing the token into the market, but people actually requesting to buy it because of the positivity. We take that money, we buy businesses. Those businesses produce profits and dividends that allows us to take the profits and dividends and go into the open market onto a regular exchange and buy Solalgo tokens, which of course applies huge amount of buy pressure, because we're talking about very large businesses producing high yielding profits. Now we take those tokens that we've bought in the open market and we burn them. So not only are we producing a huge amount of buy pressure, we also reducing the supply. So those two things are massively key to anyone with an understanding of a ecosystem of a token and the life of Solalgo going forward from inception 2.5 years ago right through to the listing onto a major stock exchange like Derek has alluded to. I know it was quite a long answer, but I just wanted to make sure that was very clear to your listeners.
If I might add slightly to it, just visualize Solalgo as a bank. Its funding is the crypto token. Its assets are the businesses that we buy with the crypto token. Both marry together. As the crypto token increases in value, it allows us to buy better, more businesses. It allows us to increase the profitability of the businesses. It allows us to develop the profits and the dividends, and that then allows us to go back into the market to take out and burn and reduce the issue. So it kind of is very simple in its own text. It's a bank, right? It's a bank that's funded by cryptocurrency. That cryptocurrency is used properly, using proper methods, right? Developed methods, including the algorithm, right? To buy businesses that will produce profits. Those profits are then used to reduce the issue. Once the issue is reduced to 30% of the entire issue, we will then float it on the stock market and people will benefit on all sides of the equation, including us.
Pretty good summary. Thank you so much, Terry and Barry. So, I don't know if Phil explained to you about the dynamic that we have in crypto miners, which right now we'll choose 2 or 3 people to talk on the BC. So now we're moving to the Twitter Q&A questions. So, yeah, the one who's gonna do this, I guess, is Elfe. Can you do that, Elfe? Let me check if it's here. Because, yeah, after that, we're going to be having, of course, some questions from the chat. And we got to be choosing the winners from those questions. So what I'm actually want to ask you, if you would like to choose those winners, if we make them.
Barry?
Sorry, Ling, you want me to pick someone who's raising their hand for a question? Is that what you're saying?
Not exactly. I would like you to choose 1 or 2 winners from the chat. Give me 1 second. Okay. Choose 4 questions from the chat, and each of them will get a Solalgo whitelist.
Hold on. Choose a question from the chat. Hold on. Let me just quickly check.
Yes.
I'll pick Mario.
Okay.
And his do you want me to answer his question? How do you drive mass adoption and user engagement?
Yeah, please.
Well, I think my quite long answer to my last question kind of covered that. I like the answer. I like the question because mass adoption is very important in cryptocurrency, as we all know, because that's the only reason why we're going through this pre-sale process in the first place. As Derek mentioned, we were quite lucky. We raised quite a substantial amount of money to fund Solalgo in the first instance. But having a lot of tokens in very few wallets is not a good thing to have. And even though they're vested for 2 years, a lot of our all of our seed investors, to have many token holders, smaller token holders in multiple wallets is a really good thing. So that's very important for us, that mass adoption is something that we're striving for. And it helps the token price as well. So, you know, we are looking for, and we have planned out mass adoption, because it not only helps the token, it also helps the businesses that we've acquired. So that's a very important part of our ongoing process within Solalgo.
Barry, are you able to speak?
Hello? Did you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah. That was, yeah, I'd finished my answer.
Okay, so was it completely answered?
No, I did answer. Didn't you hear me? I was answering the question.
Yeah, I did. It's just like my mic, I don't know what happened with my phone. Okay, so we've got 3 winners left from the chat if you want to choose more. So also, guys, for those who are requesting for me to open your BC, I will. Let's just finish with the chat ones, and I will meet you. No worries.
I'll leave it to you, Barry, to do this. Yep.
Sorry, I didn't. Sorry.
Yes.
Bing, I didn't hear you properly. You're sometimes very difficult to.
Pick another question. Pick another question.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Take 3 more questions.
3 more questions. Okay. Okay. Let's try Elf.
Okay, Elf, which is Jerry FX5, right?
And his question is, in this space, you made mention of buying businesses' ideas. So my question is, must these business owners undergo any exhibition or audit before the business can be bought over by Solalgo? Do the business owners still own the shares, and are they bought by Solalgo? Well, I think we've answered that one, but I will answer that again for you, Elf. No, they can't. They can't own shares. Going forward, they may be Solalgo token holders, because we do have an acquisition part of our tokenomics. There's I think it's 25% of all of the Solalgo tokens are going to be used for acquisition. And once Solalgo is live and has a intrinsic value, we will be able to use the Solalgo tokens for acquisition. So business owners per se will not be will be shareholders in the Solalgo business, but they will be holders of token once we've designated a particular price to their business, if it meets the very vigorous and rigorous Algo S101, should we say, hurdles that he has to face, and also Derek's team. So if it gets over those hurdles and reaches the 85% success that it needs to be attributed to, then that business will be looked at, but they will not be business owners. As Derek said, we will own 100% of it.
Yeah, let me elaborate on that. When somebody approaches us with regard to selling us their business, right, they are immediately told that Solalgo will own 100% of the business and will control the business in its entirety. It will exercise rights in every department. The person will be compensated in the manner in which it's negotiated for compensation, right? But they do own nothing, right? With regard to auditing any business, we would only audit it in the event that there was something seriously wrong with it. Basically, we're looking at the project to take it from its existing position, reevaluate it, reconstruct it in a way in which, right, we believe that it can be taken forward to greater success. A lot of the time people approach us because they're in trouble. They either have funding trouble, or they've got management trouble, or they're just not able to take it to the next stage. yet they don't want it to go down the store. So they approach us. If it meets the requirements that we set out, and the requirement we set out is we must be able to turn this into a profit-making entity as quickly as possible for as little as possible. So they're the requirements that are roughly what we set out to do. The people involved in the business prior to us owning it, we may keep them on. We may not keep them on. We may make the decision that they're not good enough to be able to run this business at the level that it needs to be run at. Right? We will make all those decisions. We will manage, control, and develop the business in its entirety, and we will own it in its entirety.
If you're looking for the next question,
yeah, I was gonna say something.
Expert X, I'll pick, and his question was, what loyalty are you giving to the investors so they immediately attracted towards the project? What are the safety and security measures for the investors, and are there any tax on transactions? So yes, we are putting into place in June a staking program. We believe it to be pretty bullish, so stay tuned for that. So all hodlers of the Solalgo token will be rewarded, and the tax on transactions is 3% buy, 3% sell. That is split. 1% will be rewards back to Solalgo token holders. 1% is marketing. 1% goes to liquidity. So that's a split on the tax transactions. And safety and security measures, they are vast. That's why we've picked Binance Smart Chain. We believe it to be the most secure, and we have also other security measures in place, which I'm not going to go into right now. But we can. I'm more than happy. We'll be putting them out on the website after launch in regards to. But we've had the full security audit on our blockchain and our smart contract. So yeah, we're pretty happy on those particular parts of the business.
Barry, just give me a second. Can we choose the next winner from the BC?
From the DC?
Yeah, I will open one of the guys' mic, because some guys want to talk with you and ask you some questions.
Please carry on.
Sure. Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Thank you. Okay, so I will go with Kinderboss, because he has been since 30 minutes ago, like, wanted to talk. Give me 1 second. Okay. I think I added you, Kinder. Are you able to speak? You should be able to speak now. It says that you can already talk. Oh, I guess you cannot. Oh boy. Halfway, I'm trying to unmute Kinderboss, but it seems he's not able to speak. So if you want, Kinder, you can type down your question. If you're not able to speak, just type down your question. No galleries.
Barry, give him a whitelist. For that much trouble, you got to give him a whitelist.
So he's trying his best, but you can't make it work. So he gets a whitelist from us, Ling.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so you can choose another person from the chat then.
Okay, let's try someone who's been. Let's try Wins. Is Wins? No, he's not. He wasn't. Hold on. Kussman, I've already given one to.
It's called Wins.
Elf's already got it. Oh look, we've only got 3 hands I can see. So let's try Mario.
Mario?
He said he wants to answer a question. Is that?
He was the first winner.
Okay. Well, I can't see anyone else putting their hands up. What about Jay? Jay's putting his hand up. Let's try him.
Okay, let's try him. Give me 1 second. Okay, Jay, can you put your hands up, please, so I can try to unmute you? Kinderboss, I'm trying to mute you, but it's not possible. I don't know why. Solicitud. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay. Yeah, not working. Oh, crap. Yeah, it's not working. I don't know why I can't unmute them.
Okay, have you any more questions, Ling?
Okay, I was really gonna ask about the taxes, but they already did, the community itself, like how it is gonna be split. But yeah, it was pretty clear. So, maybe can you choose one winner from the chat?
Okay, just a random winner. Let me find a good name.
Yes.
Striker. There we go. Striker's the winner.
Erling Haaland.
No. It's got to be Leandro Trossard, I'm afraid. No, Striker.
Can you send the username to Elfe? I don't know if you're talking to him on Telegram or Twitter.
It's at Striker Crypto 2.
A Striker. Okay. Okay, done. Pretty good. Then we got 5 winners, which Kinderbus was the most reliable one because he wanted to talk. But yeah, we couldn't unmute him. I don't know why, but this one pretty smooth. So yeah, thank you so much for being today, Barry and Derek. I'm so happy that one of you is in Spain, right?
I'm Spain, yeah. I'm down in Spain. I'm on the south coast of Spain, just outside Malaga.
I love it. I'm not from Spain, but I'm from South America. And I get really excited when one of the devs at least speak the language or, is involved with it. I really love you guys. Yeah, go ahead.
What part of South America are you from?
You what?
What part of South America are you from?
I'm in Venezuela.
Oh, Venezuela.
Yeah.
See, you have had disruptions in the last few years, haven't you?
Yeah, this is this country can be pretty mess, but yeah, living with it. But if you want to come someday, what?
I'd love to go to Venezuela. I'd love to go. I've been to Chile, I've been to Brazil, and I've been to Central America. I've been to Belize, but I love South America. There's something magic about the whole continent. There's something incredibly magic about it. And in Venezuela, they speak Spanish, so that suits me. See,
we're pretty happy if you get here. We're pretty kind, on the beaches and pools and stuff, hotels. Hotels are pretty beautiful. If you want to come here I am. Actually, I'm in the capital. If you need some help. For you too, Barry, we need you here someday.
Well, hopefully you'll come down to Spain and we'll have some fun down here. Yep.
I will. Thank you so much for being with us today, guys. We love you. I loved the whole Solalgo thing, the whole benefits that will bring us as investors and even for businesses themselves, So yeah, thank you so much. And if you want to sell a business, just come for Solalgo, Tim. Well, any questions?
Okay.
Tim?
No, I'm good. Buenas noches, Ling.
I guess we answered them all, most of them.
Gracias.
Well, we can add this.
Gracias.
What? Gracias. I love you. Okie dokie.
Okay.
So,
okay, Ling.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Have a great weekend, all of you.
Crypto miners. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, guys, remember you can go ahead to the Telegram group if Solalgo have one. I think so. Anyways, follow them on Twitter, please. And the whitelist winners, you can DM Crypto Miners on Twitter or Telegram. Both of them works, okay?
Remember,
yeah. You got the names? Oh, someone is calling you. Kinderbus, remember? What? Okay. So, Kinderbus, remember that you got a whitelist, okay, buddy? Remember to DM us. Anyways, I will try Alpha to DM you and get your whitelist right away. So, thank you so much for being here. Nice to meet you all, guys. See you tomorrow. Or the next time, eh?